Onision, Greg. Toddlers, a bunch of toddlers dying because of a tilting boat was out of everyone's control. It couldn't be prevented. Well, it could have if people were psychic and knew what was about to happen. That's in the same category as natural disasters that wipe people out all around the globe every year. That's in the same category as cancer that invades the body, and most times it wasn't caused by the person. So for you to compare toddlers, yes, of course, that's shock value because they're toddlers, and to you, it's going to be more important because they're not white. And while that's obviously devastating, there are similar tragedies all over the globe. Masses of kids who die just from not having clean water to drink or food to eat. Life is tragic. We all die. Some kids, the second they're born, are molested. Some kids are killed the second they're born. Some kids are decapitated in parts of the world. Some people live their entire lives with schizophrenia and they see delusions and they can't distinguish delusion from reality and they're in a living hell. Life is tragic, like I said. So for you to compare something that was out of our control, children dying due to a tilting boat, to a human being with a conscience bombing an arena full of children, deliberately killing a bunch of children to inflict terror, that is something that, one, could have been prevented had there been adequate security, people being scanned when they came in. Two, it's terrifying because a human being planned to kill these toddlers. Planned, deliberately. That is not the same thing as a tilting boat. School buses all over crash and kill kids. The numbers that you could pull up, the statistics of kids who die on this planet every single day. You really want to go that route? It's not the same as a human being killing a bunch of kids. It's not. So I don't know if you're trying to bring attention to yourself. I don't know, but I've defended you a lot because you are pretty genius. I mean, you're a very intelligent person, and you are very funny to me. But this is ridiculous, to compare the two. And I think deep down you know that. I think you have to. I just feel like you're mad because you really do feel like people don't care about these kids because they have darker skin. That's what I feel like is fueling this from you. It may not even be about attention. You just are so quick to assume that white people only care about their fellow white people. I don't know if it's because Lainey Taylor is has Mexican in her, so maybe her seeing her family and hearing how they've been victim to racism, maybe you automatically think that we're all like that. And I think it's great that you take the route of defending minorities. But in a case where children, how do you know that minorities weren't killed at that arena? I mean, where Manchester has a diverse population, I mean, they're not all one race. I don't know. It's just, to compare the two is not fair. To compare a tragedy that wasn't fueled by a hateful human being who deliberately took the lives to something that we could not control, that's like talking about all the miscarriages. Are you going to talk about all the miscarriages that happen on this planet? I mean, there are so many things that we can't control, but murder? I mean, come on. That would be like getting mad at a prosecutor for putting evidence on a screen and being like, oh, well, why aren't you talking about all these other things? Well, because we're trying to investigate and get to the bottom of things and prevent it from happening again. And we're trying to seek justice, and we're trying to bring attention to this person's wrongdoing. It's not like the prosecutor is ignoring all the other tragedies. It's like I said, life is tragic. Life is actually pretty crappy when you think about it. We didn't ask for this life, and then we're thrown into it, and then it's snatched from us. And I know religious people might think that's an ugly way to view it, and life does have a lot of beauty, but life is a living hell for a lot of people. But yeah, so just my thoughts.